Hello everyone, welcome back to Populous Free the Beginning. This episode we are going to be taking on the level 8 Continental Divide after a fairly underwhelming episode last time. But that's alright, not all of the levels are great. And this one is one I enjoy quite a bit. As we make the graphics look all pretty, we are going to see exactly what kind of situation we're in now. So, we've got quite a bit of space available to us, a few wildmen here and there, and directly north is a large hill with the Dakini settlement behind it. And right next to them is going to be our new building, the Fire Warrior Training Hut. We'll be seeing what Fire Warriors are in just a little bit. But the best way to really explain this world is to say that it is mostly land. There's a lot that we can traverse if we really want to. We've got a stone head to our right behind us, and there's plenty of land everywhere, and that comes out to just behind the Dakini settlement. And then over way to the left, we've got ourselves another stone head. So we're going to be taking a rather interesting path, and going all the way around there leads us to the Fire Warrior Training Hut. So this is a fairly large world, but we're going to be staying, within a relatively small area because, well, we could build across the entire world if we really wanted to, and we have all the necessary equipment and stuff like that. So, let's build up our settlement and convert some wildmen and then do things. We have got plenty of space. I do like levels where you have plenty of space. But, seems everyone's going to build a warrior training hut. Kind of interesting how they do prioritize one over the other. We're going to send some braves to build the other huts. We're going to convert some wildmen, and they're probably going to build up the warrior training hut. And should be able to get a group of 3 or so. There's quite a few wildmen around that we can convert. And we even have a nice little gap in the hills there where some guard towers would be a quite good idea, even though towers aren't particularly too useful. I will at least build some every now and then just to show exactly their effectiveness, where you can build them and stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to convert a few braves to pray at the stoneheads. We're going to bring them along with us because we're also going to need the shaman in order to convert pray at the vault of knowledge. So we're just going to do a load of converting and stuff like that. It's all going to be lots of fun. So, I did miss out on another, small pocket of wildmen over to the right. I'll show it off in just a little bit as I remember, but I'm not going to go back and convert them like everybody else. I'm going to build a couple more huts, and that's really about it. We don't need to build too much. Hardly ever need to build at all. Yes, thank you, annoying thing that caused us to lose our hut plan. Yeah, we don't need to build too much. I'm probably building it a little bit too more than usual. But we're going to need 4 braves in order to pray that stone head, and as well as 4 braves in order to pray the other stone head. And I don't really feel like having our shaman do things. Then we're going to start charging up blast because, well, why not? And that's going to be us converting wildmen for the time being. Kind of considered converting those wildmen, but they'll most likely take the short way to our settlement back through the Dakini settlement. It's never a good idea. Hey, introduce us to a brand new spell. This is Magical Shield. This is something that is fairly useful. I might forget to use it every now and then. Some of the enemy also uses somewhat often. And we'll see what it does later, but you can probably guess what it does. Here I'm showing off the fact that we could have gone straight for the Vault of Knowledge the moment the level began. But the Dakini start with, I think, around 2 warriors, and they immediately start patrolling. The game devs saw that you could immediately go and pray at the Vault of Knowledge, so they decided to stop that, which is kind of annoying, but we can't really do anything about it. Regardless, we can easily sneak in through the back way and obtain for ourselves the Fire Warrior Training Hut. Now we've got ourselves a new class of followers to start creating. And the Fire Warriors are very good indeed. They're one of my favourites. no, we need you for another Stonehead. This is a little bit of a trip, but not a huge deal. We only got 3 uses of the magical shield out of 4 for that one, but it's not a huge deal. And they're immediately going for their Fire Warrior training hut. They're not really doing anything else. It doesn't seem they built a warrior training hut, so I'm guessing that they started with around 4 or so warriors. And we're going to go and pray at that Stonehead in the distance. It'll take a bit of time. But it's advisable to keep the shaman nearby the Tahini settlement whilst they pray at it. And I'm thinking, Jesus. She moved out of the way just in time, and unfortunately she didn't land in the water, which is quite annoying. All she's going over is she's just going to go and convert that one Wildman, which is probably going to move by the time she gets over there. The Wildman is glitching out a little bit, so she didn't actually convert it. That's the problem, that some Wildmen are going to glitch out and you won't be able to convert them for no apparent reason. It is rather annoying, and I've probably been standing there for quite some time, so let's go and finally pray that Stonehead. In the meantime, we're going to quickly switch back to our settlement, and we're going to build ourselves a Fire Warrior training hut with all the spare braves we have. And we should also probably start building up our forces relatively soon, but that'll be a little bit. The Fire Warrior training hut is rather large. It's one of the largest buildings that you can build in the game. Second largest, technically. And we're going to build a couple of guard towers, as they are also doing the same. They'll soon start attacking us with their various forces, but for the moment, we don't really care for now. By the way, that Stonehead is going to see another use of Tornado. Now, Tornado is something we got way back in the 2nd level, and we're going to use it, and we are going to destroy the temple, and we're also not going to die, thankfully. Oh, there we go. Well, mostly. And we see we've got some warriors coming over and saying hi, so probably get going. Yeah. Now, the reason why I use the use of Tornado there is because the Stonehead that the Braves are praying at gives us 4 uses, and yet again, she failed to convert the Braves. Well, I mean, yeah, we're going to get 4 uses of Tornado from that Stonehead, but we've only got enough room for 3 slots, so if you don't use one, then it's going to go to waste. So, that's kind of annoying, but we can't really do anything about that. So, our settlement's doing relatively well. We should probably start making some forces, but at the moment, the Tahini aren't really doing anything. They're taking their time building up their settlement. We have stalled them a little bit by using Tornado on their temple. They'll just have to relocate elsewhere. And since our 4 Braves are done with their praying, we can send them back into the tribe, and we can also have them build up stuff and things like that. So the Fire Warrior training hut does take a bit of wood, but it doesn't take too much time to build. It's a fairly easy building. It's just, you know, it takes probably as much wood as the other training huts. And some seems to be getting a bit bigger. Once the Braves finish building the final training hut, we are going to start building up our forces. As you can see, this level isn't too long. In a few minutes, we're going to start attacking the Tahini tribe. And start getting going. And it doesn't look like any of the Braves have automatically gone and built up our towers. But I spy a slight Tahini invasion. As you can see, those are what Fire Warriors look like. They are fairly threatening, fairly powerful, do have a little bit of knockback here and there. But basically, they for the better things, fire off the spell Blast. Where they just stand in a position, fire off a few fireballs, which hits an enemy. It's got quite a bit of knockback to it. So it's usually good enough to knock around enemies and stuff like that. But for some of our training, we're gonna do it. And As you can see, before the enemy attacks, they sort of like clump around a bit before they actually go, which is ripe targeting for a lightning spell. That is usually something that I'm going to be employing quite a bit because it's fairly simple to do. But we're just going to build up our forces and then we're going to attack the Dakini. And since our huts are now getting large enough, we might as well build up some towers, because I might as well show off what the fire warriors do in the towers. You can probably guess. But now we're going to start moving some braves from our huts into the training huts. And then we got another invasion. They attack us a lot in this level. It does get kind of annoying. The shaman does also come and attack as well, but apparently he didn't feel like coming outside or something. I know the feeling. But since we have our forces pretty much nearby, we can fairly easily take them out. Their forces are not big. It's only level 8. You'd think that the game would start getting increasing difficulty, but not really. The game does take a bit of time to get going. Now, something that we can do, but I don't show off, is that we can use land bridge onto these 2 hills in order to rise up and create a solid wall that the Dakini can't get past. Now, when that happens, the Dakini will either do 2 things. They will either come in through our back passage, or the Dakini shaman will come along and cast land bridge up to the slope. So, I will, say how dumb the AI is, but they do have specific things, like if they are blocked from attacking their tribe, they will work themselves around it. They're not going to stand in front of a wall and just go, what do we do now? And just, get into their, stuck position where they're just going to die. So, the AI does do that, for the most part, which is kind of nice, but for the most part, yeah, the area is eliminated. And with fire warriors in guard towers, their range is extended, which means that they will be able to easily attack enemies from a distance. Whenever enemies come into that circle, they will get hit. There's technically 2 circles there. There's sort of there's the line, which is where their range is, and then there's the overall blue circle, where if enemies stand around that area, then they will, the alarm will sound. And there's a guard tower there. I'm not really sure why. I think the Dakini built that guard tower, but it's not really something they do very often. So I'm not entirely too sure why. So, we could, in all technicality, go and attack the Dakini via the back way, but we don't really need to. And this is the level telling us, hey, fire warriors are kind of dicks, you should probably do something to stop them. And I don't know why they tell us that so late in the game. We're 11, 13 minutes in. There's no point to that being there, but whatever. I don't understand the magical thing that the game does. But yeah, we've got around 30 or so followers. Since we've got a new class, we can have less of warriors and preachers and have more fire warriors, but even then, this is plenty. I overcompensate quite a bit because, honestly, it's quite a lot of fun beating dudes up. And I charge up land bridge because I can. And here we finally show off magical shield. And yes, that is the caster sound. I don't know why it does that. Basically, it creates a shield that actually protects enemies, protects your followers from shaman spells. If a shaman targets a magical shielded enemy, their spell will bounce off and go in a random direction. This may be kind of useful, depending on which spell it is, but for the most part, yeah, it's kind of annoying. But, I don't think it really gives them any kind of defense advantage, whether or not they take more hits to kill. But I'll say, meh, might as well. Why not? Now we need to stop them from making all these creatures, so we're going to tornado their temple again. And yeah, we're just going to destroy their tribe. As you can see, they haven't really built up all too much. That's the thing, because the enemies don't... sometimes they don't keep Braves in huts. Sometimes they have, like, random followers, or they just don't have Braves at all because they've stretched their Braves too thin, making all their forces. So... it's kind of interesting, so that you'll see that even if you attack them like an hour in, they'll still have small huts because they haven't had anyone in them. Or if they have non-Braves inside, then the huts will never upgrade. They'll reach the maximum amount of red bar, but they'll never upgrade because there's no Braves to upgrade them. So that's also a possibility on my end. But yeah, we have way too many forces, and we didn't really do all that much. We didn't build our center too much. I mean, maybe we did overcompensate, but whatever. That's what it's for. So we're gonna pretty much clean up, and the level should be over rather soon. Overall, it's a fairly simple level. It just introduces us to the lovely fire warriors. It's next level where things get kind of unfortunate, and that is the very last Brave of the level, and he charged at the Shaman, but he got caught up in his tornado in the meantime. And I was hoping this would kill to save having to go and fetch him, but no, it nearly killed him. So we gotta send over a warrior to kick his ass. But there we go, that is level 18. 8, not 18. 18's not for a while yet. And I'll be kind of glad when I say that will be it for level 18, because that. There we go. I was trying to show off the kind of ways that our followers celebrate. They kind of jump up and down, stuff like that, especially with the Fire Warriors. The Fire Warriors are a lot slower than our other followers, is something I didn't really mention, but that's for a future video. The next video, however, will be Fire in the Mist. Whoo boy.